Welcome to One Bit Table. I have a beautiful recipe that I would like to share with you, but like any beautiful recipe, it starts with beautiful ingredients. So let's have a look first where I went to get mine.
Gushigan Village is probably one of my favorite spots to shop local. And in between Okanagan Groceries and Paul's Produce, you'll find the amazing Codfather's Seafood Market. This is an old-school fishmonger shop where pride and passion make all the difference. Partnered with Vancouver's Aquarium's Oceanwise program, this is a family business for over 25 years that promotes and encourages small fisheries, making it the perfect stop for all my fish and seafood needs.
So here it is, my beautiful sable fish fillet. Why sable fish, you might ask? Well, first of all, it comes from the Pacific West Coast, so it didn't have to travel too far to get to my plate. But also it's a fish that is caught or grown in an environmentally friendly manner. So it's always important whenever you're buying something, maybe fish or meat, that you ask the question, how it got from the water to your plate. And that's gonna change the way that you think about food. But of course, sable fish also lends perfectly to the flavors that we're gonna create in our dish today. We're gonna prepare it in a white wine tomato basil sauce, and we're gonna serve it with rutabaga fries, sort of a local twist on fish and chips. So we're gonna start with our rutabaga fries. I turned my oven on at 400 degrees, and I have my beautiful rutabaga here. I'm just gonna clean it quickly. I'm gonna cut nice slices out of it and literally made French fry shape. Okay, so I have my rutabaga fries cut. I'm gonna add a nice sprinkle of olive oil, salt, and a little bit of pepper. Our rutabaga fries are in the oven, so we're gonna use this time to make our fish. So follow me step by step. This is gonna be really quick, really simple, really flavorful. A little bit of grapeseed oil. So I'm gonna season the fish just with salt and a little bit of pepper. I'm gonna put my fish in it, and that's the sound that you wanna hear. So what I'm trying to do is get a really nice color on the one side. That's going to be our presentation side. So it's going to take about maybe 3, maybe 4 minutes depending on your heat. You don't want to touch your fish too much. Just allow the pan to do its work. It's been about 3 or 4 minutes for me, and I'm just going to turn it and have a look. And you can tell I have this beautiful golden crust, exactly what I'm looking for. I'm going to turn my heat right down at this point. I'm going to take a little bit of garlic. 1 clove is more than enough. And I have a little bit of shallot here. I'm going to use about half a shallot. And if you notice that your heat is still too high, then just take it off the heat, because you want a really low temperature at this point. I'm going to wet it with a little bit of white wine. A little bit more salt, a little bit more pepper, and a few leaves of this beautiful basil. I also have a few, those are cherry tomatoes. Carlo and Teresa at the Olive Oil Merchant gave me this. It's an absolutely beautiful product. It's just going to add a little zest and lots of flavor to my dish. And here I have a few canned tomatoes. I'm just going to break them up a little bit with my hand and add them right in my sauce. It's okay if it's chunky. This is a very rustic dish. Now I'm going to cover it and let it cook for maybe 10 minutes. And by the time this is ready, my rutabaga fries should be perfectly ready. The nice thing about cooking fish in this way is that because it's covered and it's in a sauce, it's going to maintain most of its moisture. So even if you get distracted and you overcook it a little bit, well, that is still going to be deliciously moist and extremely flavorful. So the potatoes have been in the oven for about 20 minutes or so. My fish has just been 10-12 minutes. Don't cook it for any longer. It's going to be beautiful, moist and delicious. So it's time to check the fries. I've turned it a couple of times while I was making the fish. And I think they should be just about ready. Oh, they have a nice color. I'm just going to check the flavor. You can taste the basil. The cherry tomatoes are quite jammy, very, very flavorful. Add a lot of depth to my sauce. So it's time to plate now. Add a little bit more basil. Remember, basil never hurts. And just a splash of fresh olive oil. And voila! So here it is, our beautiful sable fish with rutabaga fries. And it took us maybe 25 minutes, half an hour to prepare this beautiful dish that is gonna satisfy any palate at your dinner table. I hope you enjoy it. Please let me know how it is, and buon appetito. So here it is, my beautiful salmon